Good morning, everyone. I'm Chong Wei-ling from Chinese Language with Education course. Today, I would like to share my final year project, the study of traditional wedding of Chinese ethnic Fujianese in Malaysia. Let's start from the introduction. Marriage is a turning point in life. From an independent individual into a family, it is an important ceremony in our life. But most of the people today used to simplify the wedding ceremony. They cancel some of the rituals and gifts that is troublesome for them. They use a red packet, which is we can say is ang pao, to replace it. Besides, people follow the retro trend meaninglessly. They just want to experience the traditional way of the wedding ceremony or just follow the retro fashion trend. Most of them didn't know what is the actual rituals and ethical having when was and what is the gifts that need to be prepared. Chinese ethnic in Malaysia has a different origin, such as Fujianese, Hakka, and Cantonese. In the preparation of the wedding, they used to follow the traditional wedding ceremony, which is Liu Li, but there are some difference between each other. The researcher will explore the preparation of wedding rituals and gifts and the difference between the generation who are 1960s, 1980s, and 2000s in a Fujianese family. The method to complete this final year project, first of all, the researcher used the case study method and observation method. The researcher interviewed the interviewee, which is the bride and the groom, their parents, and their grandparents. They are Fujianese. The researcher gets the data from the interviewee about the preparation of wedding rituals and the gifts on their generation, which is 1960s, 1980s, and 2000s. And the researcher will classify it into three parts. Firstly, the researcher states the rituals and the gifts used in the wedding on their generations. Then the researcher uses tables to classify rituals used in three generations and state the difference between the three generations. The researcher also shows the reasons for the change in the preparation of rituals. The same procedure was used for the preparation of gifts. The researcher also interviewed Ms. Li Meihua from Daxing Company. She provides the complete procedure of wedding and the meaning of item used. The researcher searched the internet for journals and papers related to weddings as a reference for this study. This literature review shows the traditional wedding system, which is Liu Li, in the complete steps. The researchers will take the reference from them. The complete step of the traditional Chinese wedding ceremony is Liu Li, which is Na Cai proposing, Wen Ming birthday matching, Na Ji Na Zheng gifts presenting, Qing Qi set the date of wedding ceremony, and Qing Ying the wedding ceremony. In this content, the researcher shows the complete wedding ceremony of Fujianese. From the data shown, Fujianese wedding didn't have Shangtou rituals, which means the mother of bride didn't comb the bride hair as a blessing for her. Because these rituals belong to Cantonese, most of the people will be confused by the interruption of movies and dramas. The reason they use sugarcane because of the beliefs. From the legend state, the Chinese were in Fujian, China, and they will try to run into the sugarcane field to escape the Japanese army. They hide for one night and successfully avoided. On the day they took refuge, it is Tiangong's birthday. From that time, Fujianese will worship Tiangong and use sugarcane for any important ceremony or activities. So there are some difference in the preparation for gifts and rituals between three generations. For Fujianese, they need to have a Tiangong worship rituals before one day of the wedding. Fujianese parents believe Tiangong protect their kids when they are born. They need to thank to the Tiangong for the protect and tell the god their son are going to have a big ceremony in his life. 1960s, the groom will held this ceremony, but 1980s and 2000s, the groom did not perform this ritual because they did not know the existence of this ritual. For the preparation of gifts, Fujianese will have sugarcane as a necessary gift at the wedding. The bamboo sieve is used to cover the bride's head when stepping out of her house. Fujianis believe the bamboo sieve will block evil things and bring good luck to the bride. But now they replace it with an umbrella because an umbrella is more useful than a bamboo sieve after the wedding ceremony ends. The traditional wedding ceremony of Fujianis is based on the liuli as a complete wedding ceremony. The change in wedding ceremonies and gifts are due to the economy state, integration of culture between every origin and the trend of society. Society will follow the fashion trend. With this situation, people are trying to remember back the traditional way of the wedding ceremony. These situations also show our culture is being forgotten. Thank you for being with me in this presentation.